What is football to you?
Football to me is everything. I grew up playing football since the time I could walk. Grew up in a football family. That's all I've really done since I was little. Been playing football for 11 years, and it's been my childhood.
So that was a bit of a setback, but remember, the brick walls are there for a reason. All right? The brick walls are not there to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. Because the brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. They're there to stop the other people.
My biggest brick wall is probably also my elephant in the room. It's definitely how small I am. The position I play does not help because everybody else is a good 6 inches taller than me.
This is the dream. So what were my childhood dreams? You may not agree with this list, but I was there. Being in zero gravity, playing in the National Football League, authoring an article in the World Book Encyclopedia.
My goals are definitely to win district championship next year, beat Eldon in Eldon, because we all hate Eldon. My dreams would just be to finish out my senior year with the kids I grew up playing football.
What have you learned from football?
I've learned everything from football. I've learned how to work hard, I've learned how to be the person I am, how to be a leader, especially how to be a teammate, how to take care of other people, and realize that you're not the only one that matters, because it takes everybody to finish up.
You had an unfavorable outcome in football.
Yes, losing in districts this year at Eldon. It's definitely it. We planned on going past the district championship game, and it got cut short.
What was the best piece of advice you've been given regarding football?
The best piece of advice was actually from a motivational video. Eric Thomas that said you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe.
How have your parents helped / influenced you throughout football?
My parents have helped and influenced me a lot. My dad especially, he's at every practice. He's like my own personal coach. He pushes me pretty hard. If I have a bad attitude at practice, tells me about it when I get home. My mom is always there for me. She always brings my gear to school when I forget it at home, especially when I forget my helmet. It's happened multiple times. So I definitely could not do it. It would not be who I am in football without my parents. What is running to you?
Running is one of the most important aspects of my life, and it has been ever since 7th grade when I joined the cross country team. I hope to continue running for most of my life and hope that continues to influence me.
With running, what is your biggest brick wall?
My biggest brick wall with running has to be time. It, for now, is an 18-minute mark in a 5K race, which I've not been able to beat. So hopefully this next cross-country season I'll be able to overcome that brick wall.
What is the best piece of running advice you have received?
I've received 2 great pieces of advice for running. The first being never give less than your best, and the second being that your mind will always give up before your body. You can always push harder than you think.
How have your parents helped and influenced you with running?
My parents have always been very supportive and positive when it comes to running, and they've always been willing to fund the necessary equipment so that I could do the best possible.
What goals and dreams do you have for running?
For a short-term goal, I'd really like to qualify for state and cross-country for my senior year, and long-term, I'd just like to continue running and to stay in shape.
What have you learned from running?
I've learned a lot about hard work and determination, and there are definitely some days where running is the last thing I want to do, but I know that I have to power through and get it done.
Have you had any unfavorable outcomes while running?
Yes, districts race of 2016, I ended up running my worst race of my high school career, and so I did not qualify for state, but it has made me even more determined for this next year to qualify for state.
What does mountain biking mean to you?
Mountain biking to me is more than just a hobby, it's a way of life. When people hear that you mountain bike, they know what kind of person you are and what your personality is, which is pretty awesome.
What is your biggest brick wall with mountain biking?
My biggest brick wall has to be just getting out and doing it. You know, when conditions suck, you don't feel that great, you gotta just get out and do it, because if you just do nothing, you're not getting any better. Over the years, my mom has instilled in me that 90% of success is showing up. That's been proven to me over and over again in many different ways.
My best advice would have to be to just go for it. If you never get out and push yourself or scare yourself, there isn't any way you can get better. Sometimes that comes at a price, but you always heal, so you just gotta go for it.
How have your parents helped and influenced you with mountain biking?
I've definitely won the parent lottery in this. Like, my dad's been everything from riding coach to race mechanic to baseball coach and everything in between. You know, I remember one time we had 2 main events pretty close together, and the first one I wrecked but still finished. And then I messed up part of my bike, so we came back to the pits, and my dad was just basically throwing tools around trying to get the bike ready so I could be ready for the next event. It was pretty cool to watch. It was a good experience.
What is your dream with mountain biking?
My dream would be to make a living riding my bike. I don't necessarily want to be a professional athlete because I don't want to make literally riding my bike my job. But I would love to work in the mountain bike industry and do something with that so I could ride more than just a normal 9-to-5 office worker.
What unfavorable outcomes have you had with mountain biking?
Mountain biking can really be a roller coaster of a sport. One time I was on a mountain bike trip out in the middle of nowhere, and on the second day I got in the worst wreck I'd ever been in. You know, after that my mom had to dig rocks out of me. It sucked a lot, but the next day I was all bandaged up, and the next couple of days I was able to keep riding and make the best of it. It ended up being a really great trip.